What's up, Mr. Thibault? This is
Not
our
much. What's happening, Kenji-san?
this is our Ask Me Anything segment for ASB. Well, that's my alarm.
Right
Honestly,
on.
my alarm makes me sad. So if I'm sad, don't worry about it.
Okay.
Uh,
It's okay to be sad sometimes, kid.
you know, that's what I've been told. Okay, our first question of the day.
Sir,
What is something you want to get better at?
something I want to get better at? I'd like to get better at playing guitar. That's always something I'm trying to get better at. I'd like to get better at playing the piano, it's kind of funny, trying to teach myself how to play piano in this time. Um, Relaxing. I'd like I'd like to get better at relaxing, I think. That'd probably be pretty good. So, and not
So,
aging. If I could
not,
get better at not aging, that'd be pretty good. Just plateau.
just don't age,
Yeah,
live forever.
pretty much. But that's a long time. We don't have to go there. We don't have much time for
Yeah,
that.
yeah, no. So on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being trash and 10 being like a rock star, how good do you think you are at playing guitar?
Like a two.
For real?
Yeah, but I think rock stars would tell you that they're twos as well.
So you're just being
Perhaps
humble.
if you asked this question to someone that said and they said they're a 10, I'd be kind of skeptical. I don't know. I think it goes back to this philosophy called beginner's mind. Like there's always something to learn. Even if I looked at you and I looked at something that you're good at and I thought you were a 10, you might still think you're a 2 because you think there's a lot to learn about what you're trying to do. So,
That
but
makes sense. That makes
I
sense.
think compared to where I used to be, I'm like an 8 when it comes to playing guitar. I don't know.
What's your favorite song to play?
Favorite song to play? Well, the song I play the most is the tuning song, which is the
Oh,
song you play right when you
that's a
start
hit.
playing the guitar.
Top
It is a
100.
hit. That's the one song that every guitar player should know how to play. And there's a song. There used to be back when MTV played music videos. There was a on like Saturday nights. It was like Headbangers Ball was the name of the video thing. They'd play all this heavy metal music, and on
Mhm.
the intro to that Headbangers Ball, there was this riff. I love playing that, and because that was one of the first songs I started to learn, and I play it now as like a warm up. So
That's cool. Ready to
yeah,
move on?
sure.
All right, all right, all right. How do other people see you in your opinion?
Wow.
You
How do
said you
other
wanted
people?
to.
Yeah, we'll go. Okay, because we talked earlier about no no softball questions. How do I think other people see me? I used to worry about that a lot, and I used to think like I used to try and think about. I didn't really think about what other people thought about me. I assumed that people thought a certain way about me. And I think that the problem with that is that because of my history and my past and stuff, I wasn't thinking that they thought good of me. Like I assumed that they thought negative things about me. Um, what I've come to realize is that, and for one, I was wrong, right? Most people don't. And another thing, if I was right, those people's opinions, they shouldn't really matter in terms of how I see myself. I think that's the most important part. I don't look through it of a lens of like, what do people think about me? They think I'm good, bad, whatever. What do I think of myself? If I was going to answer that question about myself, I think that's the most important thing. So I really don't spend a lot of time thinking about how other people perceive me. I just think it's really important to try and see myself in a good light.
I feel like a lot of people my age, sometimes me, care a lot about what other people think,
Yeah,
and
sure.
in that realm of what does this person think of me, or if I say for social media, if I post this, what does that show about myself?
Yeah, right, right. I think too, it's important, you know, and another part of that question too has to do with like my legacy, you know, and I'd like people to think good things of me, you know, like he's a good guy, you know, like that guy was a good guy. That's about, you know, that would be great if like I'm
Yeah,
gone and people go, Thibault, yeah, yeah, oh, he was a good guy, whatever that means to them. I think that's, and so what I try and do in my day-to-day deal is just be that good guy and hope that's the case, that yeah, I'm a good guy. So I don't always act that way, it seems like, but I don't know, try your best, you know,
yeah.
everyone's trying their best. So
That was actually my next question, but I'll come up with another one right
go
here.
ahead, what was your question?
No, that was my next one. I was gonna say that what do you want to be remembered for? And you answered it.
Just being a good guy. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, this is a good one. What's something you want to accomplish before it's all said and done? You're like washed.
I'm like washed.
Yes, washed.
Washed out. Well, that's interesting because you go, well, that's certain. What do I want to do? And one of the things that comes to mind is like, there's mountains I want to climb. I want to get out into nature and I want to climb a mountain, you know, and I got plans for that and I got ideas for that. And you know, I want to climb Mount Baker in the winter by myself, you know, because I've climbed Mount Baker a few times and I've climbed myself, and I'd like to climb it in calendar winter by myself. Right
Calendar
now,
winter.
I can, yeah, like calendar
Yeah,
winter from
yeah,
December 22nd, right? Because that's winter,
yeah.
not doing it in the spring with some snow on the ground or whatever. But I know at some point in time, like my knees are gonna blow out, and I might not be able to pull it off, you know, because my knees are junk. But but that has to do with what's called changing expectations. I have to give myself permission, like I'm gonna keep shooting for that goal until my knees are junk. But I have to be okay with that and then set a different goal where I don't need knees, you know, like maybe it's something sitting down, you know. So
Yeah.
always trying to keep like what's one thing I want to accomplish? I got a bunch of things I want to accomplish and they're all lined up, and then you know, someday I'll just be sitting there like drawing pictures, you know, and it'll just be get to the next page, get to the next page.
Speaking of
This is
changing,
getting heavy AMA, man.
I know. Speaking of changing expectations, what was something
Sure.
as a youngin you would have liked to accomplish at my age, for example?
Oh, that's great. Well, the one thing that comes to mind is playing guitar. I wish I had started playing guitar when I was your age. I didn't start playing guitar till it was like 1993. So I guess I was 22 at the time. So let me think of another thing. What's one thing I had wished? Man, the first thing that comes to mind is I wish I knew more languages. I wish I had learned some different languages and I could be fluent, like a polyglot. A polyglot is a person that can speak many languages. I wish I was a polyglot. That'd be really cool.
That would
Yeah.
you just go to
You could
another
like
country,
you could go to another country. You could like go to the library, you know, and like
just
read
read?
their books, read
Yeah,
French, read Spanish, whatever, Italian. I think if you can read Spanish, you can sort of understand Italian to some
yeah,
extent.
yeah,
Yeah.
because they're like
But
similar in
But
that
imagine
way.
going to travel, like, you know, you go to travel and like you see all this advertisement and stuff, and you don't know what it means if you don't speak the language. Like when I went to Puerto Rico, it's a great story. I went to Puerto Rico and I'm driving around. And I'm like, desayuno. I'm looking at all these restaurants like Wendy's and McDonald's, and it's like desayuno, desayuno. And I'm like, why are they telling us they serve hamburgers? I thought desayuno meant hamburger, but I didn't realize it meant breakfast, and that
Yeah,
these restaurants serve breakfast. So I'm like totally clueless.
burgers.
Burgers, of course, it's Wendy's. Breakfast.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
Uh, all right, let's move on from that one.
Okay.
Did you want to teach growing up?
Would I teach? Oh, that's an interesting question. And then you go, what age? You know, like, it'd be really cool. Like teaching college is way different from teaching
High
high
school?
school. You
Yeah,
know, it's such a different thing. You know, like you guys are all, for instance, you guys are all like the same age, roughly, the kids in the class. Like you might have a college class where there's like 20 something, 18, 19-year-old kids, 20 somethings, maybe some 30 somethings, maybe a 50 something, and like switching careers or something. No, seriously. Yeah. Like all kinds, full blend. And now they're all sitting there and you know, what do you teach that? You know, it's really cool. Adult learners and stuff like that. This is from my recollection of my experiences in college. It'd be way different, you know. You guys take a lot of energy, you know, for sure. So I don't think it would be as energy intensive, but I don't think it would be as much fun either. I honestly don't think it would be as much fun. Yeah.
You wouldn't have people like me just saying random stuff in the chat.
You don't say negative stuff. You're having a good time.
Random stuff like
random. Oh yeah.
Just nonsense. Random.
No, I like it. It's lively. I you know, it's teaching Zoom and stuff's real challenging, and I really appreciate the kids that have an empathy for that. I've gotten some emails lately that really are like thanking me for the hard work I've been trying to do. But I hope kids let you teachers know that you think we're doing a good job, because we're really trying our best on this time. You know, it's important, that communication thing, and chat is one way to do it. So I enjoy that there's a lively chat going. I'm glad it's school appropriate. I understand sometimes that it might get close to the line, but that's part of human conversation anyways, you know. And I really appreciate kids that turn on their cameras if they feel comfortable doing that. And if you don't, that's fine too. You know, this is a whole new radical experiment for everybody. So chat's fun. The chat's blowing up, man. Right?
That's my favorite part.
The chat is blowing up. Yeah.
Okay.
You know, and the other thing too, you gotta have a sense of humor, man. You gotta have a sense of humor to try and get through all of this. And if you guys are screwing, I'll be talking. I know I'll be like teaching something, and then I'll look at the chat. You guys are all screwing around, having a good time. I get it.
It's fun.
It's good. It's good. Yeah.
Okay. So, if I asked your parents, was Mr. Thibault a good kid growing up, what would they say?
Wow. You're going there, huh?
Yes, sir.
My parents, what would they say about me as a kid growing up? Yeah. I told you, I'll say what I said, and it goes like this. My mom would say, I don't remember a lot about those years. And then I said, because sometimes it's easier to forget than it is to remember. Yeah. So I think that if you ask my mom stories about me, she'd tell you all the good stuff for sure. And there's lots of good stuff. We had a lot of fun growing up and stuff like that. And she's a sweetheart too. And this is going out to like 10th graders that want to be juniors or whatever. Phillips Exeter Academy in Exeter, New Hampshire offers summer programs for kids that can go to Phillips Exeter, which is like a prestigious prep school. And it's right next door to the town I grew up in Kingston, New Hampshire. Lots of history. My town's 300 years old. The United States isn't even, it's 300 plus. We had our centennial, tricentennial, you know, back in the 90s or whatever. If you go to Phillips Exeter Academy for the summer program, I will connect you with my mom. She lives next door in Kingston, New Hampshire, and she'll take you out to lunch. She'll drive you to the seacoast of New Hampshire, and she'll get you a lobster dinner, and you're going to love it. She did that for a student of mine. His name was Tanner Bass, former student. He's the only kid that ever met my mom. She's a sweetheart. So to answer your question, how we doing on time, bro?
Oh, my bad. I was just texting your mom.
Oh yeah. Right on. You got her phone number? Right on.
Yeah, you got that trip planned, so you know. Yeah. I won't be in class.
Okay, that's fine. Good for you, man. She did. She took the kid to lunch. She had a nice seafood lunch out of the whole thing.
Wait, actually?
At Maki's. Oh yeah. She drove to Phillips, picked them up. You know, she had to get the permission slip filled out and all that. She picked them up. She drove them down to Hampton, New Hampshire, which is right on the seacoast, right on the beach. You know, and they call it a lobster pound, and it's kind of like a butcher shop. But you go there and there are these big pools and there's live lobsters in there, you know, and you go, I want that one. And you pick out the lobster and they cook it and you get fried fish and French fries and coleslaw, tartar sauce and ketchup and steamed clams. And it's great, you know. So she took the kid there and they had a great lunch and then she dropped them back off at the school. So, dang. And he enjoyed the summer program too at Phillips Exeter Academy.
Gee. I thought you.
And I'll tell you what, listen. If forever. No, I'm not. If you're ever in New Hampshire and you want to meet my mom, I'll connect you. You go to her house, she'll make you lunch. She's a good cook. That's
Dang.
how I got to be a good cook too. So,
Speaking of food,
yeah.
what's your favorite thing your mom makes?
Oh, I'll tell you what, bro, and it's coming soon. She makes these holiday cookies. She's Greek, right?
Huh?
Her parents were both kids when they came over here from Greece, right? So
Yeah.
she's pretty much Greek, and the food is the bomb, right? So she makes all these Greek cookies that are going to come here for the holidays, like baklava, and there's this one called finikia. There's another one called kouroumbiedes, these Greek butter cookies, dude. And it's coming. Like one of these days, I'm going to see a package out front, and I know it, man. It's you open the box and like
Holy
all
Grail.
this gold lights coming out, you know. So yeah, I love her cookies. So yeah.
All right, I think we're gonna end it on food. So, yeah.
Right on, kid.
All right, thank you, Mr. Thibault,
Hey, thank you so much too for your time. I appreciate it.
and I respect your time too.
I appreciate that as well.